So there are a lot of people right now worried about whether or not there's going to be like food shortages and shelf shortages and things like that in stores. And I'm not saying you should be worried. I'm not saying you shouldn't be worried. I know enough to know that I don't know enough to know what to think, if that makes sense. But what I do know is that I have or had grandparents that lived through the Great Depression, and they were young adults at the time of the Great Depression because my grandparents, both sets, got married later, had children later in life, and then I was the youngest grandchild. So they were young adults at the time of the Great Depression, so it really impacted them. And one thing that I learned from my grandparents is that if you wait until a time when you were worried to stock up on things, it's too late. If you are one of the people who is worried right now, take that feeling, and in a couple weeks, hopefully if this all blows over like it usually does, remember that feeling. Take it with you and think, what can I do each week, or if you shop monthly, to buy just a couple dollars extra to start stocking up my pantry. We're really big on food preservation and fully stocked pantries and freezer pantries here, not because I think the world is going to end tomorrow, but because I've learned that lesson from my grandparents. I've also experienced food insecurity myself as an adult, and so our pantries are always stocked, and that does not happen in a single buy. That happens an extra $20 every time you go to the store. Things like stocking your pantries, it should always be a marathon, not a sprint. And living a life in which it's always a sprint in times like this just creates problems that may not have existed with a lot of people panic buying. And I fully know that not everybody is in a place where they can always stock up. Money is really tight for some people. But if you are in a place where you could take an extra $10 or $20 every time you go to the store to buy a few extra staples and put aside, be thinking about that. So that the next time this feeling comes, because life is a cycle, you are already well prepared and not having to worry about these things.